Alright, how's everybody doing? Been a lot of forum talk lately on the monk forums about how viable a monk actually is in any act past Act 2. Uh, just want to let you know that I've been able to make it through Act 3 and Act 4 all the way up to Diablo. Have not solo killed Diablo, and this is all solo by the way. Playing a monk, so it is definitely doable. It just needs to be done a certain way, which is against what Blizzard's kind of looking for with their everybody having a viable different strategy to doing things. There's a few ways obviously you can do it, but I'm just going to show you how I do it. And we're going to go and just kind of start at a halfway point. Corrupt Gross Tier 1. Now some of the advice on the monk forums has been great, and I personally appreciate that, and I'm sure a lot of other people do. And some of it's been shit, so I'm going to try to clarify kind of how some of these things are done. First of all, I just wanted to make sure I have my Enchantress. Enchantress has a lot of CC abilities and crowd control, which makes it much more viable in Act 4 than the actual Templar. Templar's not that great. Now, this particular area is actually pretty good for farming if you just want to farm it alone. You can get a lot of nice chests and such, especially if you're using MF gear. In a second here, once I clear out this room, I'm going to show you what I'm using for a build. Unfortunately, it's pretty choppy right now, so could be an issue. Hopefully things will clear up a little bit. Now, I would like to make some posts in the forums, but unfortunately I can't do that because there's a current bug with past WoW subscribers, and it won't actually let me make posts. So a lot of you have talked to me in-game about addressing some things for monks over the forums. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now. So what we're going to try to show you today is Plague Shielding Molten Fast. Alright, we can do this, group. So I'm just going to show you how I kill some of the mobs in here. Actually, before I tackle this group here, I'm going to show you what I'm using for a build. So, I have about 27k DPS using two one-handers, about 830 to 871 DPS. Stacking a lot of dex, I have 1801 dex, which gives me some decent dodge. Now with dodge, a lot of people think that running Mantra of Evasion will make it infinitely better. However, dodge does suffer from diminishing returns, and it's only 15% of the current gap of what you have to dodge an attack. So if I were to run a 15% Mantra, which would give me an additional 15% at 3 seconds, you'll see that this would probably only go up by about 13 out of that 30%. So I have some MF gear, which if I can actually flip it on right before killing and finishing the third mob in an elite in a champion pack, or the actual elite in an elite pack, I will. Other than that, some basic gear. My skills, using Fist of Thunder with Thunderclap, like the teleport, fast attacks, allows you to lock up single target enemies pretty well. Blinding Flash, I just put the damager in it so that I can just destroy things even further. A lot of people have been going survivability builds. They're not that viable in Act 3 and Act 4 simply because it doesn't matter how much survivability you have, everything will pretty much one-shot you, regardless of your class right now. That being said, the only way that you really can viably attempt to tank is if you have multiple monks with multiple mantras and different primary abilities, reducing the attack speed and increasing the armor of the main tank, combined with a barb that has a shout. Then it's kind of enough mitigation that you can actually live through it. So I'm running Serenity with increased duration, although you can also summon the heal for this. I'm running a Mystic Ally with the water. This allows me to kite and try to split mobs if I have to for elite packs and champion packs. This also slows the target's movement speed for those mobs that are particularly fast. It's quite helpful. Running 7-sided strike, which can become quite useful, particularly in adding with Blinding Flash and Serenity. It gives me a little bit more vulnerability, and Mantra of Conviction for the extra damage. One with everything, obviously a must for anybody that's made to Inferno. Self-explanatory. Guardian's Path, just to try to get my dodge rate a little bit higher, although this can be subbed out for another ability if you'd like. Chain of Residence is actually key. Having that extra 2 spirit every second allows you to have Serenity and up when you're about to jump back in on a pack, as well as 7-side strike and Mantra of Conviction. So unfortunately these have mortar, but I'm going to see what I can do here. probably going to get fisted. So as you can see, that one set of burst put that one mob to 50% almost already. So now I'm just going to try to kite. Don't have run speed on my boots right now, which is a problem because I subbed them out for some more damage. But just going to try to get, see, as you can see, I'm summoning continued water elementals. Just going to try to get that one that's already low. Ah, shoot. Basically the idea, when you get to this act, is try to kill one, get out, reset it so you don't get the enrage timer, and then come back and kill the other ones. So unfortunately these have shielding, which kind of sucks, and Molten's kind of shit too. Oh, running into issues. Yeah, that shielding's nasty. Oh, and look, my gear's broken. Should have repaired before I